or creates or whatever, and they're in talks to do, wouldn't it make more sense for them to base it on the DC characters that James Gunn is creating in his new movies?
Yes, which are based on New 52 characters.
So we're not going to see what's his name's version of the Penguin.
Oh, you're talking about
short dude,
Colin Farrell or
no,
Danny DeVito?
Before Danny DeVito, yeah.
Well,
that's the problem, is that it's all over the place. So,
you could multiverse it, to answer Kevin's question.
Please, no.
no, Marvel.
The second Marvel touched multiverse.
No, I'm with that. I'm just saying, for Kevin's sake, we asked that question. It could be a possibility.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, it's Alan Tudyk. You are listening to the Magic Our Way podcast with Kevin, Danny, Eli, and Rachel.
Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
the Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast. They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante Sana, everyone. You're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana. And on this show, we invite you to feel the libations.
Feel it, feel it.
This is a show where every opinion is welcome and nothing we present is groundbreaking or terribly exciting. It's just some filler for your life if you need it. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us. On this episode, we discuss news about Warner Brothers Discovery licensing its DC stable of characters to Universal and what that means for Disney and Marvel. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And look, this isn't your typical polished practice Pixie Dust and Disney podcast. No way. We are not in Epcot every day. Let you know about the 3 new sake cocktails now available at the Garden House in the Japan Pavilion.
Oh, man.
That
I've
sounds
been
good, right?
looking forward to that reopening for a while.
Yes.
Ooh. But you're right, Kev. We're just here to drink, talk some Universal, and speculate on DC Comics parking its Batmobile at Universal Studios.
Yes, indeed. And you listeners have the easy part. All you guys and girls have to do is to listen up to what we think up while we drink up.
My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
I'm Eli.
And Rachel is out today. But look, if you're thinking about visiting a major theme park in the near future like Universal or Disney, Rachel can help you book that. Booking with Rachel is one of the easiest ways to support us. Also, you can leave a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts and or wherever you access our show. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss an episode of the Magic Our Way podcast. Also, we want to thank our Patreon supporters, both past and present, for all they have done and continue to do for us. Before we get into it, first of all, if you're listening to this on the day we release, it is Christmas Eve. So we celebrate Christmas on the show. So Merry Christmas. Celebrate other holidays. Look, Happy Hanukkah. It already passed, I believe, as well as Kwanzaa and Festivus. When's Festivus? Festivus sometimes soon, right? When's the airing of grievances? I don't remember.
You have to write Larry David on that.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I don't know if there was an official start date named or not.
I don't know the exact date, but if you celebrate that, good for on you, man.
You know, I want to ask y'all something now. It popped in my head.
About Festivus?
No, not about Festivus.
Good. Like I know nothing
wreck
about
my
Festivus.
poll, yes.
Well, I don't know about what you and your wife did yesterday, but I was going to say...
Hey,
it's a good time.
People would pay money.
Well, that's a Christmas miracle.
No,
that's what it is.
I was going to ask, because I asked this to my wife and child while we were at lunch today.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Which Beatle wrote the better Christmas song? Paul McCartney, Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time, or John Lennon, Happy Christmas, War is Over, whatever you want to...
I know the
So This Is Christmas.
Oh, that one. I do like that
and
one.
What have you... Yeah.
I like that better than the other one. The other one's just trippy. If I was on acid, I'd probably enjoy it more.
It's just fluffy and peppy and just simply... I mean, it even says it right there in the verse.
Whatever Christmas time.
Yeah, but it's got all the sounds. It's like if I was high, I'd really like get into it. But I like the other one. The war thing. So this is Christmas.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit deeper. I mean, it does combine war and Christmas.
And the Vietnam War at the time. That was going on.
Yes, but there's also been blues singers that have done Christmas songs with the blues tinge to it. That's
sure.
That vibe.
Oh, yeah, I had a blue Christmas. Okay, it's sad. But war and being a little, bummed out on Christmas is a little different. But
fair.
I think it's right there in the line. Simply having, it's like, I don't know what to say. I'm simply happy.
A wonderful Christmas time.
I'm used to hearing that one more. more. Yeah.
It's got all the weird sounds. That's what trips me out.
Because it's on somebody's show.
That is a more jolly song. No, I agree with that.
I think I'm on Team John on this one.
I have to take the other boat if I have to make that choice. But I was also a George Harrison fan because, you know.
Oh, that was always my
George
favorite
Harrison,
Beatle,
yeah.
was George Harrison.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
sure.
for reasons unspoken, it's Ringo for me, just because it's Ringo. It's the drummer. I mean, you know,
No, that's fair.
the charge and all that. So it's like, yeah, Ringo.
I mean, we talking Christmas. Like,
Forget these guitar players. I got time for that.
I know they are.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Do the
Yeah.
drums. That's where it's at.
Kevin has not forgiven John for breaking up the Beatles at the Polynesian yet.
That's right, because it did a good resort.
You totally didn't tell him. You told
Damn
him.
straight.
Yes.
Another thing we also want to give a shout out to is, last show, if you listen to it, we give a shout out to 100 Years of Dick Van Dyke. On this show, we want to give a shout out to the animated movie The Emperor's New Groove, which celebrated its 25th anniversary in December 2025, as the film was released on December 15th, 2000, this past week.
Wow.
Between a recording. So 25 years old. The reason why I remember it is they did it. Disney did a great little a short on Instagram and the reels and whatnot. And they had Patrick Warburton and his three sons, and they all did like the lines he did in the movie. So they got in the studio and they did his dad's lines, and they're like, "Wish us luck, Dad." And he's like, "Oh, you'll be fine."
Yeah, I'm
So they
rich.
did it, and I was like, "Damn, they sound pretty good." You know, the oldest son sounds exactly like his dad. I was like, he could have done that
Oh.
voice like no problem. You
Well,
know,
this is a
but-
job opening for him then.
No, but shout out to that Patrick Warburton.
That's awesome.
Putty,
Yeah, that's
all that. I
awesome.
love that movie.
John Goodman's second most famous Disney performance.
No, absolutely. I that was one of my favorite movies. I don't know about you guys, but I love The Emperor's
I
New Groove.
enjoy it. It
Just-
was one of those movies where you kind of gave up on Disney animation and didn't even see it in a theater, but when you caught it you were like, "Oh, this is not so bad. This is pretty good."
It's like a Kevin Smith movie.
Yeah.
You caught it after the theater, and you're like, "Oh, this is
Let me
good."
go back and see what they've done.
I mean, who doesn't quote "wrong liver"? You know?
Bring it on.
Yeah, 25 years, man, amazing. We were, what was it 1990? Oh, I was 25. We were 25. You and me, and you were Danny was 26. So,
Oh gosh.
that's how long ago it was.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Huh?
So, all right, look, y'all, enough of our jibber jabber, man. Let's learn more about the Warner Brothers Discovery and Universal deal. Welcome to The Q, the segment in which we discuss all the news and happenings in the world of Disney today. And I hope if you're listening to this on Christmas Eve, it gives you a little distraction from whatever you got going on with your family and stuff, because we know some people need that distraction. And props to you guys. But look, big news today in the world of entertainment and theme parks. Warner Brothers Discovery is reportedly in talks to license its biggest DC icons, which include Batman and Superman, to Universal Studios. Yes, you heard that right. And look, this isn't just a simple licensing deal. No way. It's a potential industry earthquake. Look, for years, DC's theme park presence has been tied to Six Flags. And we know this because we used to have a Six Flags in New Orleans that had all the DC stuff, had a great Batman roller coaster. I don't know what happened to it, but whatever. Katrina. Look, while Universal at the same time has hosted a Marvel superhero island, which is the only basically comic book property that they had under a decades-old agreement. And if this new deal goes through, we could see a DC takeover, The Dark Knight and The Man of Steel finally getting a high-budget, immersive Universal treatment, like Universal does with their stuff.
Yeah.
We could see a Marvel exit, which is a potential end to Marvel's presence at Universal Orlando, which would finally clear the way, maybe, for Disney to bring Avengers to their parks. I don't know how they'll do it, but we'll see. And, Warner Brothers Discovery, it's a fire sale. And this move comes as Warner Brothers Discovery faces massive debt and rumors of a total buyout from players like Netflix or Paramount, which is also in the news, which kind of what Marvel went through in the past, right? When they licensed to Sony and all that kind of stuff. Eli's talked about it in the previous shows. So yes, we're going to talk about this. And before we get into the discussion, these are the key aspects to the potential deal.
Okay.
I checked today just to make sure it is Saturday the 20th of December, 2025. Nothing yet has been determined because I wanted to see if everything was confirmed by the time we did the show, but no. But anyway, these are the key aspects of the potential deal. Number one, licensing DC characters. Universal, already a major theme park operator with Harry Potter and Jurassic Park, wants to add DC Comics superheroes, which includes Batman, Superman, etc., to its parks for new rides and lands. Makes sense. All right. Number 2, Warner Brothers Discovery's motivation is that they're trying to cut debt and boost revenue amidst potential sales scenarios, making licensing its valuable IPs a strategic move, just like Marvel did in Days Ago.
Yeah.
Sure. Exact same thing. We've talked about this on the show, and they're doing the exact same damn thing. Number 3, impact on Marvel. Universal currently licenses Marvel characters like Spider-Man for Superhero Island and Islands of Adventure, which is the only place Universal has it. A DC deal might lead to Marvel's exit, which would allow Disney to build a full Avengers land in Florida. I say Avengers land, but it could be any Marvel property. Who knows? It could be a full Wakanda, whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't be under that same thing that we've been talking about on this show, preventing them from bringing Marvel to the East Coast like they did on the West Coast. Hopefully it's not like they did on the West Coast. It's better than that. But who knows?
Broader,
I digress. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Sure.
All right. Number 4, wider IP integration. Beyond DC, Universal could gain deeper access to Harry Potter, Looney Tunes, I'm excited about that, and even Game of Thrones if a broader deal or acquisition by Warner Brothers Discovery by Comcast, Universal's parent, happens. And number 5, one of the key aspects of this, competition for Warner Brothers Discovery assets. There is a bidding war for Warner Brothers Discovery with Netflix, and we've heard this in the news, emerging as the likely buyer for the studio/streaming assets. While Comcast, which is Universal's parent, focuses on the theme park advantages. So basically split. It's like Marvel, which are basically splitting everything and just whoever wants to pay us, we need it. We need the money. It's crazy. So look, in essence, Warner Brothers Discovery is looking for revenue. Universal wants more blockbuster IP for its parks, and this negotiation could significantly reshuffle the theme park landscape, potentially bringing DC to Universal and freeing up Marvel for Disney. Is this the start of a golden age for DC fans, or is it a desperate cash grab from a struggling studio? Let's break this down and what it means for the movies, the parks, the fans. And to do that, I will turn it over to my more comic book superior co-hosts, Danny and
don't be
Eli.
like that.
No, it's true. Y'all are more knowledgeable about this stuff than I am, but I enjoy it. So yeah, where do we want to start with this?
I was going to say, like, what do you want to hear from us? Do you want to hear our thoughts on what they could do legally, or what our anticipation is of this?
I guess to start, I mean, what do y'all like this potentiality of this happening?
Take my money now.
Well, I mean, and it's multiple things, because it's not just DC to Universal getting that, but you're also getting Marvel freeing up for Disney on the East Coast, which is a big hot topic.
Yeah, take my money, and then I'm glad I work towards retirement so I can live to see this when I'm over 70, because that's what it takes for me to.
I hope so.
Like, that's on my bucket list now.
To be fair, Universal does move faster than Disney when they're doing this.
Yes, they do. Yeah. But to Eli, so yeah, like when I heard about this, I was very excited, just like Eli. Like, yeah, I want to visit Paradise Island. I want to go to Metropolis. I want to, more than anything else, go to Gotham City. And you salivate at the idea, but when you start to think about it, it's like, first and foremost, what version of the DC universe will we be getting?
Oh, that's a great question.
I mean, there's only one Batman.
Batman's my favorite superhero of all time.
That's crazy.
But what version of Batman would you get? The Tim Burton version of Batman? Christopher Nolan's version of Batman?
Lego.
Tim Drake, Batman?
I would think the smart money would be on the Zack Snyder version of Batman, because...
Which one's that?
That's because they incorporated the Justice League. So now
the big one.
You can bring in Flash. Okay. Although I'm pretty sure they're probably done with Ezra Miller.
Well, Cyborg.
They can bring in Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, and so that might make logistically the best sense. But I don't know that he's in Ben Affleck's Batman.
He didn't
even get his own movie.
Well, yeah, but that sequel was good and terrible.
And Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice, garbage.
That was born of garbage.
Jared Leto's Joker was awful. Worst version of the character in over 30 years, I would say. But
fair, yeah.
And now we have this thing now with James Gunn is rebooting the entire DC universe. So would it make more sense to base whatever new land Universal opens or creates or whatever, and they're in talks to do, wouldn't it make more sense for them to base it on the DC characters that James Gunn is creating in his new movies?
Yes, which are based on new 52 characters.
So we're not going to see what's his name's version of the Penguin.
Oh, you're talking
The
about
short dude.
Colin Farrell or
no.
Danny DeVito?
Before Danny DeVito, yeah.
No, well,
That's the problem is that it's all over the place. So,
you could multiverse it. Like to answer Kevin's question.
Please, no.
No, Marvel.
The second Marvel touched multiverse.
No, I'm with that. I'm just saying for Kevin's sake, we asked that question. It could be a possibility.
Nice to meet you.
But here's the biggest problem with that. And this is touching on what Eli said earlier.
Yeah.
We've only really got one James Gunn DC movie released with Superman in 2025.
Right.
That's pretty much, I mean,
And there's a
he's got
trailer
other
for
things.
Supergirl coming out, but
Creature Commando,
I feel you.
sure. But really, of the heroes we want to meet and encounter, we've gotten one film. So how long do we have to wait for James Gunn to make more movies featuring Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern before we can finally start conceptualizing what this version of a DC land might even look like? Because James Gunn hasn't even cast a Batman yet. So, I mean, what before we can have a universe upon which to build a land upon, what the earliest could maybe be, what 5 years?
I was thinking longer than that.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
5 years minimum just for them to make enough films to base the lands on, and then at least another 3 or so to build it. So like if you were 10 years old and a fan of James Gunn's Superman, by the time you're able to ride a Superman ride, you're going to be 18.
I was going to say you did better than me because most of the actors that do it, by the time you're like, oh, I want to see that representation of that character in the movie, you're my age. And that person is like walking with a cane, you know? And
You'd have some money to spend on it to do it.
Oh, yes. No, but look, this is DC. Like, they've been taking my money since before this was the kind,
So they're constantly reinventing.
He was always more Marvel.
Yeah.
I was always more DC.
Yeah.
But, okay.
But an artist that I followed is like head of the creative, like Jim Lee is like head of the creative department in DC. So there's a lot of stuff that he will make and has been put out in other places. I'm like, artist to artist support. Well, I support that guy. But again,
but it's got
to do a park.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be based on the DC cinematic universe more so than the comic books, I would imagine.
Do you think, though? I don't want that.
Yeah,
because it's all over the place.
Well, I would agree. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, if they do the same treatment that they did with Marvel Superhero Island, which is based off the comic books, right?
Wait, the comics are the movies because now we
well, that's what I'm talking about. Is here?
Yeah.
It's like, well, are they going to base it on the comics or are they based on the movies? They're based on the comics. They have more of a stable ground on which to build upon versus the movie, which is like all over the place.
Yeah,
but the canon is different. I'm not going to get into the weeds, but like you said, you get something for a comic that has a different set of storyline than the movie. So it's
all
I know
that's tough.
is I was in 6th grade, I think, when I first read The Dark Knight Returns. I was a freshman in high school when Tim Burton's Batman came out. I spent every day after school watching Batman the animated series. I was just about turning 30 when Christian Bale's Batman Begins came out.
Yeah.
This isn't like Harry Potter or Avatar or How to Train Your Dragon where it's for the current generation. Batman was a superhero of our generation.
Before us, yeah.
Well, no, I wouldn't even say before us. Before us, it was Bam, Pow, Zoom, Old Chum. When
Shark Repellent, the show,
When DC gave and even the movies gave Batman his balls back, we were standing there waiting with arms wide open.
I cannot.
Come to us, Batman. We love you. And so,
except for Val Kilmer's rubbery ears.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's one little drawback.
Well, okay, yeah.
Movie-wise,
it was still campy. It was still
campy, yes.
Right,
yes.
but it at least had an edge to it. It started.
It was.
He wasn't a goofy character anymore.
He was the Dark Knight.
He was the Dark Knight. Exactly. Yeah. So that's the problem. What is a smart play if you're Universal and you acquire DC? It's to build around it. But I mean, then so what? Now us, the superhero of our generation, we've got to do our best to keep ourselves physically fit so we can live to be around 70. So we'll be able to ride in a Batmobile.
Well, that's we got to talk to Mr. Freeze.
Well, that may not speak. Maybe we're not the market anymore.
Well, but that's the thing is Batman really the market anymore? I mean,
that's a good question too.
Deadpool, I think, is kind of overtaking him in terms of pop. I think superhero movies in general, the public is just, we're done with it. And so you'd be buying a product, but a product that the public is sick of that would need to be rebuilt, and you don't know how that's going to be received. I mean, Superman 2025, hey, not a bad Superman movie.
Oh, you talking about James Gunn Superman?
Yeah, yes. Not a great Superman movie, but not something that I'm like, Yeah, man, I cannot wait to see the sequel to that. I cannot wait to see the world building on top of that. It was an odd movie.
This is a property that hasn't been fully represented properly on the next level. Like we could agree on that, but it will take a lot to have that happen.
Well, okay, so let's start with that point right there. Okay, before we get into the legalities and everything like that, I mean, we're talking about our excitement about this. What version of Batman would you like to see represented in the parks? And I'll go first, so I'll give you all a chance to think about it.
I already know my decision, but yeah.
Okay, then go ahead.
Oh, no. Okay. I got to say
Adam West, right? Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, that's your opinion. That's cool.
No. I don't want that.
It's all good, old
Chris
Nolan.
Nolan.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, Chris Nolan did it for me. Like I had a job at the movie theater, and I watched that movie The Dark Knight 8 times.
Loved it.
They were like, "You didn't do your job." Like, I did my job 3 hours ago. Let me watch this movie. Like, yeah,
that's the one Batman movie. I think if you're trying to get somebody interested, that's what you show them.
Totally.
I would lean more towards the Batman Arkham series of video games.
Oh, yes.
I thought they did a phenomenal job of blending the dark, gritty realism with just the right amount of cartoony. Just a skosh of cartoony, but so realistic, so grounded. And just a world that you wanted to explore. Burton's Batman makes for more of a unique, stylized environment.
But it's cartoony.
It's lacking. It's style over substance.
Yeah,
and the villains are still pretty hokey. To your point, yes, the realism of Nolan's Batman is just incredible. But in a theme park, I think you need at least some of the fanciful, and there was none of that.
Well, I mean, look, I'm with Danny on that one. I didn't even think about the video games, but I was going to say Tim Burton. But as when you said video games, I'm like, no, yes, that one.
That makes sense.
I love those games, man. I freaking play the.
Yeah.
I play the dickens out of those games.
I play the Riddler part more than beating up the
same
bad
here.
guys.
I love the Riddler part.
Dude,
I like beating up bad guys.
Awesome.
The way they did Arkham Asylum.
Arkham Asylum is badass.
The Iceberg Lounge.
Oh my
who
God.
wouldn't want to go have a drink there? The Riddler and his hidden trophies would make a great DuckTales World Showcase type of attraction. Ace Chemicals, the Gotham City Police Department, all those locations in there were so gritty, so realistic. I think that's the right look and tone for a land based on Batman. But would that work if we're doing James Gunn's Superman and that goofy, nonstop sense of needing humor every 5 seconds? The freaking dog and the dude with the metamorpho with the baby. I mean, I don't know that would work with that. I mean, it's a little bit too gritty, too real, too dark. I mean, and even Matt Reeves' version of Batman in that world, that was just way too dark, way too gritty. I mean, you had rats eating people's faces in there.
A little dark.
Just
a little bit.
So I really think that this is the tone I'd like to see him go for. And instead of having to sit around waiting for Gunn to build a unit. I mean, James Gunn's got to be 60. He wouldn't even live, I don't think, to see.
Oh, no, true.
No, he's just pitching it out for other people to catch it. Totally.
So, yeah, that's the version I would like. Kevin?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I would think I mean, you mentioned video games. I didn't even think about video games, but Arkham Asylum, I think, has some longevity as far as holding.
Yeah.
Because people still talk about that game to this day.
Well, yeah,
I think into the future, it's like, people are going to go back. It's kind of like for Disney fans, what is it? There's a Jedi game. It's the First Order, something like that, where people go back and play those old games because it was just awesomely written. Arkham Asylum is one of those games.
Yeah, I still play it. Actually,
I still play it myself, and people would still play that. And I think has some definite staying power, regardless of where in the universe and of time, space that we're in.
Yeah.
But no, the video game. No, hands down, the video games for sure.
But it's smart.
Yeah.
Universal has the ability to make dark looking stuff. So Gotham's like a total fit for their aesthetic style.
Yeah, and it combines the elements of what worked so great about Batman the Animated Series, where you had Kevin Conroy's voice in those games, Mark Hamill's Joker, the larger than life villains, without everything need to be grounded so much in reality. Like I said, I think you need a little bit of the fanciful here. So that's the version of Gotham that I would love to explore. And let's face it, if you're doing a DC universe, you got to have that.
You got to go all out if you do it.
I mean, I think it's recognizable enough that people, even if they don't know it, would be able to recognize, oh, this is Gotham, or this is whatever. So I think that would work.
Yeah,
on like a generational scale from years to come.
I mean, if you don't know what Metropolis is, the Hall of Justice is, Gotham is, like, you've been living beneath a rock, under a rock.
I mean, all I know is like Marvel Superhero Island is still around.
Okay, let's get back to now. Like I said, we've talked about our anticipation for it, what we'd like to see. Let's get into that a little bit more about what they can and can't do. Now, I'm no lawyer. I work in the law field, but I skimmed through that contract. Have y'all?
Some of it. I know what the general principles are.
So then they make it very clear that any non-Marvel character appearing in Marvel Superhero Island, they called it something else in the contract. I don't remember.
Adventure Island?
Well, no. It was like Marvel something, whatever it was. But they make it clear that any non-Marvel character appearing in that land would need to be approved by Marvel.
Right.
So we won't be seeing Batman knocking the out of Wolverine. It's not like Universal's going to be like, now we own DC and this Marvel stuff we really can't do anything with. We're just going to have them beat the hell out of them on an every week basis. Just for the delight of our guests.
Who don't want that photo opportunity?
I would love it.
I would take that. I would just say, like, and in the comic book world, the two companies are like meshing and fighting each other like currently right now. Like, that's so wild.
So, but what I did not see was anything that would prohibit Universal from simply putting DC and Marvel both into their theme parks, but perhaps in separate lands.
You see them coexisted.
I mean, lands might be a problem. I could see, having skimmed through it, I could see Universal trying to make an argument that, yes, we were very specific about the second gate and Marvel properties and everything like that. But if they were to put DC in Epic Universe and they were to keep Marvel over there in Islands of Adventure, I don't see where it is that they would in any way have to face any kind of violation of the deal with Marvel or anything like that, where Marvel's like, that's it, we're out of here. Thank you. We get to go back home to our loving Bob Iger.
I mean, that would be the dream, right? Just let all of this superhero property legality go. Like, that would be the dream. But yeah, that's not the reality.
What do you mean to be the dream?
I mean, the dream is, like, they buy the company and say, hey, look, Universal represent DC. Disney, you take Marvel, do what you will with it. Because, like, they have to go through Six Flags for the DC license.
I wasn't able to locate the contract, and granted, I didn't look that hard, but I wasn't able to locate
I was there for you.
the contract between DC and Six Flags.
Yeah.
But clearly, they're able to license their characters out to other parks if they're actively doing so. Yeah. So that is, I'm not even worried about Six Flags in this equation. Six Flags, what they do with the DC characters is nothing compared to what Universal.
It's very superficial.
Right.
It's terrible. Yeah.
It's like what Universal's do with the Marvel characters and Out of Adventure.
No, to be honest, it's like DC, Six Flags, and Looney Tunes in Six Flags parks. I love Looney Tunes. That's like one of my first cartoons that I fell in love with. And it's going to be treated the same way because they're part of this package deal as well.
Yes.
And so I'll be curious to see how Universal handles those properties, which I'm sure is going to be better than what Six Flags has done.
Undoubtedly.
But at the same time, if they're going to do the Marvel Superhero Island treatment, I don't know. I kind of like it.
That would make you cringe a little.
It made me cringe a little bit because I think they could do better because they have done better.
Well, let me ask you this first and foremost. What do you want to see? Do you want to see them keep both? I mean, and I'm not talking about as a fan, like, yeah, I kind of want to see Disney give us its best version of Marvel in its Florida theme parks. Now they have this blessing of size. They can do whatever they want to do over there. We want to see Disney get it back, and we want to see Universal do its best version of DC. That's obviously, as a fan competition, we all win.
Imagine that world.
But
yeah,
if you're Universal, what reason under God's hot sun do you possibly have to let Marvel go? Like, I see a lot of people talking about them reskinning
I feel you.
Superhero Island and turning it into DC Superhero Island or whatever the hell they're going to do with it.
But don't make no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, the business model doesn't even work anymore. Universal, once they hit on Harry Potter, they're like lands. It's all about big themed lands. They're not going to do something like this again.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, one of the best rides that Universal has that I think, and a lot of people think, is the Spider-Man ride.
100%.
At Marvel Superhero Island. That is probably quintessential, one of the best I mean, it's probably the only Spider-Man ride that's worth a damn.
But it's
in the United States. And if Disney were to take it over, all they have to do is move it to their park and it'll be fine. But they're not going to do that.
Of course not.
They're not going to do that, because they think
And
they
Universal
can do
wouldn't let them.
And Universal wouldn't let them. They probably retheme it to some other thing, and we'd lose that.
Yes.
Which is an unfortunate thing, because that was probably one of the best things in Marvel Super Island that's come out.
Well, I agree with that, but I was going to say this, like, Universal also has the Transformers ride, which would be like the Spider-Man ride if you wanted to on steroids.
But that weight sucks.
Yeah.
It does, but I was going to throw that into like
bad.
the power of the DC thing, but yeah.
I don't think the characters are nearly as resonant. I would ride Spider-Man 10 times before I rode Transformers once.
I agree with that. I'm with Danny on that one.
I totally agree with that, but I like the, how do you say, the ride mechanics of that one.
It's the same mechanics. Yeah, no, the exact same mechanics.
You get DC, you put that story there, you're onto something. But moving on to, like, back to what you were saying.
Sure.
There's a lot that has to happen for a kid's dream to come true. Like, that's the thing I'm learning about dreams and imagination. That, like, it costs billions, apparently, to make that a reality.
Shoot, we might be 60 by the time we see any of this stuff.
No, we're going to be 75 at least, unless cryogenic freezing comes up and we have a high amount of income that can take care of that.
So that means Emperor's New Groove will be like, what?
75 years old. My grandson, take pictures so that your grandpa can still be alive on the oath, on the earth to have some hope.
That's why I wanted to talk before about what we did. Like, I'm going to be mad if that's what happens.
Right.
Like, I'm already going to.
Right.
Like, I'll be honest with you. When I heard this news, I was so excited. I went out, I walked the dog. I was thinking about it. I'm like, it's going to make a great show. I can't wait to talk about it. I can't wait to blue sky this thing. What we're going to get, what's going to happen. And then it dawned on me. It's like, well, the smart play here is to wait until the DC universe is spelled out in James Gunn's movies. And oh my God, I might be 70 something. And I really, for the first time, I really kind of came face to face with my own mortality.
I did too.
Like, oh my God, I might be dead by then. Like 70? I mean, shoot, I smoked when I was younger.
What we got to do?
Like, I'm a little bit nervous about that. Like,
I started working out, so I'm like, I'll make it.
I started eating spinach. I took out carbohydrates.
Are you all Popeye and
yeah, watch out now. I mean, but to your point, I looked up the same thing, and then when they had the thing where they said they had to get the DC property out of Six Flags, and that was like 2053. At least that's the estimated date from what I researched. Mm-hmm. It's like
20 what?
2053. So I'm like, come on, bruh.
That's 4 years from when my DVC expires.
Wait. Once again, I don't think they would be in contract talks if the deal does not expire in 2053 and there's nothing they can do.
Okay, so yes, D, there's a possibility of a Florida clause.
Yeah, because Six Flags isn't having a presence in Florida at all.
No, that's the thing. Okay, so that makes
that
makes sense why they're talking, because why would they be talking if not for the fact that they can alter the deal in some kind of, because I mean Six Flags is doing horribly right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
The closest they got is Atlanta, and that's about it. Six Flags over Georgia, which is not great.
And that ride is rickety.
Yes.
Yes. And they're closing parks left and right. So yes, clearly they would not be talking about that. Okay. So yes, there is a possibility we see it before 2053 at least.
Thank God.
Yes, because
we going to live that long? I don't know. I did not want that to happen.
I don't want my daughter taking my frozen head to ride on,
Can she take my grandson?
Yes.
To leave some money in the will that long ago.
Sure. I'll make sure if there's enough money in the will, she does that.
We'll build a time capsule. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful.
So yeah, I think we're okay. So it gets back to the point where I don't think for Universal Studios that Marvel Comics is like The Simpsons. I think they would have no problem letting that go whatsoever. Here, Disney, have it back. Do whatever you want to go ahead and do with it. And even if Disney did get it back and Marvel shut it down, I highly doubt we'd see a Disney version of Springfield anytime soon in the Disney parks. But this is something where it's like, I wonder to myself what it would take for Universal to say, okay, we'll let it go, Disney. We'll move Marvel out of there. It's kind of a beautiful thing because it seems like, Universal's got a little bit of leverage here. Like
Universal got them by
I was going to agree.
Small and
by
round.
the shirt tail.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, they could open a version of DC in California if they wanted to. They can go ahead and say, okay, you know what? Screw the Simpsons land over here. We're going to do a whole DC thing over here. And that way we'll have the DC to your crappy Marvel product in California. And then down here, we'll have Marvel and you still don't have anything to do. Like, so it seems like they hold all the cards in this. And I kind of like that.
That's good competition.
I agree too, because it's like, that's what makes them better.
Yes.
So Disney has to step up, because it's like, number one, Spider-Man, he was probably one of the best rides that Universal has. And I mentioned this earlier in the show. And I'm sure Universal is not going to give that up. So they could easily, because it's screens and Universal always gets criticized for screens, they could easily retheme it to something else. I don't know what it would be, but will Disney match the level that Spider-Man has become over the years? That's to be said, because they didn't on the West Coast.
No,
they could have, but they did not even close, and they could have. So I'm curious to know how that Florida thing comes out, because I hate to lose that ride. I love that ride.
Yeah,
I love Spider-Man.
It's tricky
in Universal, but I know Disney's not going to do the exact same thing unless they move it completely. But I know Universal's not going to give that up.
Yeah,
would y'all?
I wouldn't. That's like feeding your ex-baby mommy. She didn't even have your baby. Yeah,
I don't even care if there's a lawsuit. Fine, sue us.
Yeah.
Prove it in court that we can't do this, because I don't see anything in the plain language of the contract that says if we had a third gate, we can't open up DC over there and keep Marvel where it is. I just don't see it.
What a stronghold to keep.
It is. It's and what a win for us as fans.
You get it all.
Yes.
It's a superhero smorgasbord. That's what it is. Like, where was this guy? Me at 18, I would live there.
Oh, 100%.
Interned all day.
Just getting rid of the waste of DC superheroes over at Six Flags.
Six Flags, instantly.
Yeah.
The waste of Warner Brothers, as Kevin put it before. So it's all one big
championship, playground,
right. And who makes out as a fan? So at the end of the day, I'm rooting for this deal to go through. I want Universal to own this. One thing that we haven't addressed, what do y'all think about the idea of Disney trying to acquire DC?
Disney trying to acquire DC?
Like Disney getting involved in this. I think their ego is such to the point where we don't need this.
I was gonna say,
they just want Marvel, and that's it.
I would even go with that. Yes, they own Marvel, but I would go with, like, in a wrestling term, it's like when Vince McMahon took over like WCW and WWE. Like he treated the NWO guys like trash. Like, in other words, like, they already own Marvel. I don't know if Disney got the same fair shake with DC if they would treat that property with the proper respect that it deserves. That's my fear.
I don't want DC anywhere near Disney. I'll be honest with you.
I respect that. Yeah.
I think it would be a smart move on their part, business wise? Yeah, absolutely.
But you see what they did with other properties that was part of your childhood.
That's why.
Okay.
That is 1,000% why.
All right. That's fair. I got nothing else said past that. But
I don't think Disney can afford it.
Oh, they can afford it.
No, I don't think they can.
Some CEO just has to sleep on, he has to have less condos and mansions in this house or her house.
Yeah, true. But I think at some point it's like, we have Marvel. Why get DC? There's no point. We haven't done much with it, and we spent how much money on Marvel?
I'd say the first answer to that is to put an FU to James Gunn. Like, that would be my first thing. Like, hey, you ran away from us, joined another company. Now we bought that company.
I know it wouldn't be an FU to James Gunn, though, would it? It would be more like, hey, dude, we want to work with you because...
And they shouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was just a natural...
Okay.
But then again, it could be like, what do you call it? A monopoly. And they would just shut down the deal if Disney owned both Marvel and
that'd be terrible.
Like, what's left at that point? Is Image even still around?
Well, they still try. Hey, look, we still got Rob Liefeld to give me a shout out. But no, that's fair. Like, I'm with you. I don't think I want Disney to monopolize that whole level of artistry.
No, I don't want it either. I'm just saying,
I don't. Yeah.
If they could pull it off, I would take a look at it.
Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry. The best thing that Disney has done with Marvel is the Spider-Man animatronic robot that flew through the air, did a flip, and then landed.
Saved you.
That's probably the best thing that they've done so far, and that's about it. the rides, the attractions.
No one's booking a trip to California to see what they have over there.
No,
And
absolutely.
No, sir.
Super.
I'd love
Avengers
to see
Campus.
it, but it's like it would only because I booked an additional trip just to go to Disneyland itself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. All right. Well, look, there's our thoughts about this whole DC and Universal thing. And look, if you have some opinions about this, whether how Disney should handle with Marvel on the East Coast or any kind of DC, Six Flags, Universal stuff, we're curious to know what you think about this. And we're about to tell you how to get in touch with us in just a little bit. Well, y'all, we hope you enjoyed our discussion about DC and Universal and what that means for everything Disney, Marvel, whatever. Look, if you want to learn more about us, the Magic Our Way podcast, make sure you follow us on any social media platform. Also, if you want to get in touch with us to share your opinions about this, you can do so through the following ways. First of all, shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com or call or send us a text message at 1-815-MOWEEKEN. That is 1-815-MOWEEKEN 669-4226. And speaking of comics, we have a couple of people do things outside of the podcast. First of all, we got Eli. Does great things with that visual art. What you got, sir?
Oh, yeah. I love it all. This was a fun have thing to talk about. But as always, we're out there on the internet. Visit the Ivy Comics website. See all the work I have, all the comic books I've done, Project Asia, Savages, Molly Be Damned. There's clips and videos of that. Have some good fun with that. There's also a link to the Magic Our Way podcast, so you never miss a beat. You never miss an episode. You never miss who's going to buy what with who and who's zooming who. And hopefully we get all this comic goodness going on, and I'm alive to see it. That's my hope right there. So, always visit that link, Ivy Comics website. Appreciate that love right there. On social media, Facebook, you can find me there, Eli Jive. As long as you're a real person, it's a pleasure to meet you. If you're about, I cannot greet you. I don't need to hear about how you can up my credit score at Credit Karma with a trip to Zamunda. I'm good. Thank you
I
very
want a
much.
trip to Zamunda.
You gotta get on Credit Karma then. Talk to this bot. That's
Credit
what I'm
Zamunda.
saying. Credit Zamunda.
You just write Prince of Keens.
That's it. Also on Facebook, there's a Project Gangster fan page, so appreciate the love right there. Also on Instagram, EIV504, so you can find me there, posting up the hearts and the lights, see what you guys and girls got. And of course on X, I can be found at Hancock 10166. So yes, you appreciate the madness, just bringing me that distinguished competition gladness. Thank you very much.
And if you want to book a vacation to see that DC Superheroes Island in the near future, not near future, I guess, distant future.
In the hypothetical future.
In a hypothetical future, Rachel can help you do that.
This is Rachel, one of the hosts of the Magic Our Way podcast. I would be honored to help your family book your vacation to Disney destinations, Universal, cruise lines, and major hotel brands around the world. Booking with me is at no extra cost to you. The cost of a travel agent is built into the cost of your vacation, whether you use one or not. And when you book with me, a little bit of your trip comes back to support the podcast and the fan community here at Magic Our Way. You can reach me at Rachel, Rachel, at magicourway.com, or you can find me at R, the letter R, Family Magic, so Our Family Magic, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. You can also give me a call or a text. My phone number is 978-432-WISH. Reach out today and let's make some magic with your family vacation.
In addition, go to patreon.com/Magic Our Way to elevate your support of the Magic Our Way podcast. Another option that only costs a minute or so of your time is to leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and or wherever you access our show, whether it is YouTube, Spotify, Podbean, etc. Any way in which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. We also want to thank you for being a loyal listener, and we always love hearing from our listeners. All opinions are welcome in the Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. So we say Kwaharini. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.
All right. Nachos are on plates.
And you are. Bye!